I don't wear a dot on my forehead. I don't have any kind of religion or something that I associate with. I'm just who I am, So
Are you still religious?
no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Do you believe in? Well, you must believe in an afterlife of
Well,
some sort.
Mhm.
Do you believe in all of the deities together working as one? Is there such thing in your world?
I do think it's all one. We're all one.
But a big power source, not a person.
Oh yeah, it's an energy.
Not like a Christ
There's
or
not
a
like a
Buddha.
person sitting on a chair on a throne. It's an energy.
It's a giant snowball, and we just accumulate as we roll downhill through the universe, which is always expanding to accompany
wow, that's
us.
profound.
I'm here for you, bro. I'm going to read you as we go, too.
You know what? It's very true. Artists are very intuitive, especially someone that has to improv a lot. They're actually channeling and they don't realize it. So you probably you are.
You're one of my
doing
favorite
it.
channels.
Ryan, you had a question, and I dove all over
I
you.
do. I remember one of the questions I was going to ask. You had mentioned that you went to a class or something, a course.
I did.
Or,
Learning annex,
It was,
man.
it
Annex,
was
learn
just,
annex.
it was a one-time
Wow.
thing, and I walked in. Literally, I drove. I was driving around. I drove to this place, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in there. And there happened to be a class in 20 minutes, so I stayed for the class, and all that happened. And for me, it was synchronistic that my mother was behind it, my guides were behind it, and they were wanting me to be there at that time to help and to develop that for myself. So,
And he was listening to Synchronicity by the Police
oh, that's
as everything was being synchronized.
well, my question is, can anyone do this? Like, not everyone, for example, can be a professional baseball player, or can anyone harness whatever it is and then do this? And also, the second question I have to ask for, I forget, is you had said everyone in the family was sort of like, this is the devil's work, but your mom came to you in a dream. Would she have been supportive of it alive?
No. Nope.
Wow.
No.
Did the family then believe that you were not doing the devil's work when you gave them specifics about what your mom had said?
They still thought like, well,
Like, Mom always hated you.
Yeah,
She just told me.
I can tell them anything. I've told.
Mom
I've
said,
told
I need your
them-
PIN number.
I've told them things that. Basically, no.
I
They.
got 8 or 9 of your soch, man. I need that last one.
All of Ryan's characters are old Southern black men. I got 8 or 9 of your, I got 8 or 9 of your social, man.
Maybe in a past life you were doing something like that.
Maybe.
Past life.
Oh yeah.
So
Just
can
we
anyone
see his
do
bedroom.
this? Can anyone
Looks like
do
Eddie
this?
Murphy's in Coming to America.
Could we have in the room right now? We have Jay Mohr, we have Andrew, we have Dan Gottfried, Improv GM. What's up, Pac-Man? Can any of us do this?
No.
No.
Everyone.
So what is the class then? Is the class
The class,
bullshit?
yeah. Well, the class is basically a bunch of old women that are there trying to just bypass their Friday evening.
Okay.
But everyone has intuition. That's their birthright. They come in here with intuition. It's their GPS to help guide them through life. And that's intuition.
My husband spoke to me.
Exactly.
I needed a night off.
I
from my
knew it
cat.
was him. Because no one else would have that breath.
But not everyone. So everyone's psychic or intuitive, but not everybody is a medium. A medium is a different type of avenue to basically it's a direct connection to the spirit, to the dead. And a psychic is someone that can tap in and gain information on a present thing, a living thing, past, present, future, an energy. And a medium is someone that connects with a discarnate being, someone that's passed over, but they're not physically here though. But they can still sense the energy and basically listen to it.
Do you ever wish you were a psychic? Like, was one more useful than the other? Because if you could predict...
I've made a lot of predictions, so they go hand in hand. To be a medium, you have to be also a psychic.
Because I was on Ghost Whisperer, and James Van
I just saw that out there right now. Okay.
And James Van Prague, who I never would get a reading from, and I don't know good, bad, or indifferent. I said I wouldn't say any names, but he was actually the guy on the show. So, my thing was, I already know who's dead. So... I don't know why I would sit across from someone to tell me the names of people whose funeral I was
agree.
at.
Well, that's it.
Anytime I've been to, like, if someone tells me my past, I'm like, it's impressive, but I know that shit. Like, I want you to tell me some shit none of us know.
Why are you going
right
to curse
now.
so much?
Well, the thing is that they're
Excitedly aggressive.
It's called a validation, so they're trying to validate that when you were 5, this happened to you. with a future prediction, you wouldn't know it either until it actually happened.
Right.
You know, so a lot of it is, and also nothing is set in stone. So if I say something to you that's, you know, in a year from now you'll do this, we have free will, so we can change it. You know, I'm not a fortune teller either, so it goes hand in hand.
Do you have a crystal ball? That'd be cool.
I actually just got one for my birthday. I did.
For real?
I did. It's on my mantle. It was a gift. It was a gift, and I love it. And actually,
I love you. You're like
I
my
love you.
favorite guy. This is great. He goes, I do. He's all excited about it. Me too. I would be too.
Oh, I was stoked. It was like a random thing. And actually, my husband, he was like, look into it and read for my mother. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it was cool. So I do have a crystal ball in my living room. But so wait, I'm all over the place. So you were asking about if anyone can do this.
Mm-hmm. You covered that.
And
I believe.
Yeah.
Did you?
Okay.
Yeah.
And also,
But let me ask you
okay, go
this.
ahead.
Now, I have another question. Yeah.
I feel like you're getting stuff now, and that's why you're getting distracted.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you wanted to talk to your own mom, could you open that?
I could talk to her and I can feel her. I'll give you an example. They work with me like they work with you. So last year on her death day, I felt her so strongly, and I heard her in my head the whole day. Just her voice. And I was driving on the freeway and I heard look over. I looked over, and the car that passed me had her name on the license plate.
Get the fuck out.
And her name was Yvonne. It was a very
Her name was
unusual.
XJ53LH. She's
Idaho.
She's
That was
from
so
Romania.
impressive.
Idaho. Nice one. Thanks for tagging that up. We're
Oh
like
my gosh.
Stockton to Malone over here.
Oh my gosh.
So we are in the green room. We are in the green room with the Irvine Comedy Club, greatest comedy club. It's up there, top 2. It's a battle. Dan Godfrey's grimacing in the corner because he hates when we say Comedy Works Denver. But it is what it is, Dan. It's those two. Those are the facts. So if you hear ambient noise outside, it's just people packing the place,
Filling in.
getting ready to see the podcat do his thing. And so it's BillPhillips.com, and let's get this out of the way real quick.
Sure.
This podcast is brought to you by Stamps.com. If you're running a small business, your hours aren't the traditional 9 to 5. You work around the clock, so the limited hours at the post office can kill you. That's why you need Stamps.com. Get postage on demand right from your desk whenever you need it, 24/7. With Stamps.com, buy and print official U.S. postage using your own computer and printer. Get everything from Stamps.com that you need. Shipping labels, the instant you need it. You can even get a digital scale. Just hand it to your respected letter carrier when you're done. You don't need an expensive postage meter anymore either, and you will never, ever have to go to the post office again. Look, we all use it here at Fake Mustache Studios. Everyone at the Podcat's house uses it. Angie uses it. The Crab Feast uses it.
All over it.
Talking Ish with Jim and Eddie. Joe McDonald Uncensored. The Perfect 10 with Ralphie and Lana. We all use it. We want you to use it too. They're good sponsors. They're good people. And there's really no reason not to. It's a no-risk trial. It's a $110 bonus offer that includes a digital scale and up to $55 free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the home page. Type in my last name, M-O-H-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Mohr. You said you get voices when you're driving. Your mom's one thing because you're connected. You have that umbilical cord connection. But how do dead people find you on the freeway? Like you're just on the 110, you're like, whoa, how'd this old Chinese guy get in my car?
You know what? That really hasn't happened.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. I probably would crash my car and die. But
So that's how you close the door. You just keep driving around, and it's like
put
making
the
a
music on
toddler
as loud as
sleep.
I can, sing, get my little groove on.
And you listen to what? What's your deal, man? Right now.
I'm boring. I like Kelly Clarkson.
You like pop?
Pop, but also I'm a trained opera singer as well. So I like.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
So I like.
Do you like Rufus Wainwright?
Yeah. I like
Wrote his own
Rufus.
opera?
Yeah, he did. Okay, I didn't know that, but.
Cigarettes and chocolate milk. And then he wrote an opera after that.
Oh, okay.
Wrote it in French.
I did not really.
He was just on the show, so we're very excited about it.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, he's fresh
That's
in my
all right.
mind. But you, all right, so you live in Orange County
Live in Orange
with
County.
your husband. Dogs?
Yeah. No dogs yet. No.
No dogs yet. Do you
No.
want children?
Yeah, eventually.
I think
Not right
that's
now,
great.
In a couple of years, maybe.
And were you able to marry legally?
In New York, yeah.
And you did.
Yeah.
But in California, it's not a binding marriage?
Not yet, no.
Fucking makes me crazy.
And actually,
Ryan,
it's
thoughts?
always back and forth.
I'm shocked that California is behind on this.
Everyone, like, what
Shocked.
the... Ooh. Sorry.
Just let it happen, please.
Like, we're sitting with a friend now.
Yeah.
Like, he's obviously in love with somebody. And this is for all you fucking rednecks in the 909 that voted this shit down.
Yeah.
And it's so horrible, too, because everyone voted on it. It was democratic. And but everybody that voted...
You'll fucking go vote yes for some goddamn TV show marriage, but no on some real love. It's fucking ridiculous.
The pursuit of happiness, my friend.
Right.
And he pursues it when he drives home tonight. It'll be sitting there watching reruns of Gossip Girl waiting for him. Playing Words with Friends, and you'd be like, who's Mike?
He
Why are you
plays
playing
that
Words?
all the time, actually.
Yeah,
How did you know
that's
that?
because it's
Psychic.
cyber cheating.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding.
no, but we actually met
Or am I?
in New York. Oh gosh, touche. We actually met a year and a half ago in New York. I was doing an audience reading, and his uncle came through very clearly, and he was like bawling in the audience for like 20 minutes. And then after that, he had a private reading about 2 months later, and he actually recorded the reading. I told him, in 6 months, you will be in California with a B name male. And it's funny because I didn't know who he was, but at the time of the reading, I kept on hearing Bill, 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 and I'm like, I am not saying my name to some complete stranger right now.
He's going to think it's a total come on, right?
That's what
The integrity of what you do is at stake.
Exactly.
That's great. And it found...
Did you know at that moment it was you?
No,
You did
I
not.
did not know it was me.
Okay.
No.
Have you ever had, and this is going to sound ridiculous, but it's just because we're ridiculous people,
Yes.
has a dead person ever communicated to you during sex?
No.
No?
Not yet. No.
Another time where you can close the door. You need to have sex while driving, and you will have peace and quiet. Just crush ass and just listen to music in the car.
Well, thankfully.
Call me maybe a goosh. Nice and peace and quiet.
Well, thankfully they're very respectful of our private time, so they're not gonna.
Well, they got eternity. What's a few minutes to them?
Have you ever had someone come through that had a serious disdain or dislike for that person asking about them?
Yes.
Really?
Ooh,
What's that
good
like?
question, Ryan. I think I sense a new podcast
only-
being born right now. Ryan and Jay interview.
It's only happened a few times, maybe twice.
Do you tell that person?
Yes, I do. One time.
You whispered it like the person was here, you creep. Do you tell them?
I'm not sure what's getting ready to come through in this damn room.
Oh.
No hints.
I'm just curious if someone has ever come and you're like,
Comes through, yeah,
your
so-
mother is or uncle's furious with you.
Well, oh no, not furious. Sorry,
Okay.
no, but there are some people that haven't really crossed over yet. They're still an earthbound entity, and when I was first beginning doing this work, I didn't know the difference between those two elements. And so one time, this man came to me, and he had died of a suicide. He had drank battery acid and hung himself, and he was a very miserable energy. And he did come through, and he was like,
How do you figure?
yeah.
"You're right, yeah." He was cursing, like I heard this awful, awful things. So I ended it pretty soon after that. And then I learned to like go higher with my energy, with my vibration, whatever you want to call it. And now I only connect with those that have actually crossed over.
So you're taking the metaphysical high road.
Yes.
That's impressive to me. And that man's name? I thought you were going to say something.
Oh,
I thought you were going to
Larry
fill it in.
Washington.
Larry Washington.
I thought you were...
Are you getting anything in this room? Are you?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a psychic and a medium. So today with this session, I may get things that may not connect right away to you guys. It may be future based. So make sure it's recorded today and you can play it back. And keep that with you. So on the way here, I kept on seeing in my mind, Australia. And I was supposed to tell someone that they're going there for something, and it's
Tell him.
significant. Okay.
Don't tell me I'm going to
Are you
Australia.
going to Australia anytime soon?
I have zero plans of going
Okay.
to Australia.
Get on a
anytime
flight for
soon.
20 hours to see white people when I get off.
No. There's something to do with an Australian connection. So I'm not sure if somebody was talking about Australia, if somebody was considering going to Australia, some kind of Australian connection.
Okay.
Well, there is an Australian connection with fake mustache.
Yes or no answer, sir.
Yeah. And was it discussed recently?
No.
No. Okay. That's not it. Somebody, there's more, it's more of a significant connection. Someone's going overseas, Australia.
Someone in this room.
Yes.
And it could be Dan. It could be anybody.
It could be Dan, but
But
I
you can, as you go, you can. Do you feel safe ruling people out with general messages like that?
Absolutely,
Because
yeah.
I felt like you wanted to go.
straight.
It's not Dan.
It's not him for sure. I know it's not him. I
Okay.
feel like it's one of you two, and I want to say it's actually you, but I don't. So, anyways,
Death sentence. Sit on a plane for 18 hours, and when you get off, a white guy goes, "Come on, your car's over here." Like, what about the Great Wall of China? I don't want to see
crazier
white
things have
people and
happened.
Mercedes cars when I. All right, so
okay.
so
I don't wear a dot on my forehead. I don't have any kind of religion or something that I associate with. I'm just who I am. So
are you still religious?
no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Do you believe in? Well, you must believe in an afterlife of
Well,
some sort.
Mhm.
Do you believe in all of the deities together working as one? Is there such thing in your world?
I do think it's all one. We're all one.
But a big power source, not a person.
Oh yeah, it's an energy.
Not like a Christ
There's
or
not
a
like
Buddha.
a person sitting on a chair on a throne. It's an energy.
It's a giant snowball, and we just accumulate as we roll downhill through the universe, which is always expanding to accompany
that's
us.
profound.
I'm here for you, bro. I'm going to read you as we go, too.
You know what? It's very true. Artists are very intuitive, especially someone that has to improv a lot. They're actually channeling and they don't realize it. So and for me, it was synchronistic that my mother was behind it, my guides were behind it, and they were wanting me to be there at that time to help and to develop that for myself. So
And he was listening to Synchronicity by the Police
that's
as everything was being synchronized.
Well, my question is, can anyone do this? Like, not everyone, for example, can be a professional baseball player, or can anyone harness whatever it is and then do this? And also, the second question I have to ask for, I forget, is you had said everyone in the family was sort of like, this is the devil's work, but your mom came to you in a dream. Would she have been supportive of it alive?
No.
Wow.
No.
Did the family then believe that you were not doing the devil's work when you gave them specifics about what your mom had said?
They still thought
Like, Mom always hated me.
you are
You're one of my
doing
favorite
it.
channels.
Ryan, you had a question, and I dove all over.
I do. I remember one of the questions I was going to ask. You had mentioned that you went to a class or something, a course.
I did.
Learning annex, man.
It was
Learn
just,
annex.
it was a
Wow.
one-time thing, and I walked in. Literally, I drove. I was driving around. I drove to this place, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in there. And there happened to be a class in 20 minutes, so I stayed for the class, and all that happened.